to it. Jeez, I keep getting phone calls. I should have put it on airplane mode. So anyways, how they're getting subscribers, I don't know.
Right.
Okay, I've been just plugging away, and I have some subscribers, but it's just tough. It's like when you tell people, watch my shit. Most people, you gotta find your niche of what it is. For us, it's difficult because there's not a niche. It's not like we do video games. We do everything. So half of our shit people don't give a fuck about.
Right.
You know, unless...
Well, it's like with, because like with my little brother, I'll see him like he's watching some dude I've never seen like playing a game that, you know, all the other big video gamers are playing or whatever. And it's like, I've never heard this guy, but for some reason he has about 10,000 subscribers. It's probably because, you know, he's doing like what everyone else is doing sort of thing.
That's what
and
they
that's
say.
how they get to it.
Trendy. You gotta be popping on the trendy stuff. But then there's all these algorithms too. Like, remember I was telling you about the retention time? YouTube will reward you on your retention time. Like if they say, all right, you're getting 10 seconds and people are clicking off, it's your ranking. So when people search, say they search Minecraft, you're going to be millions down.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have to scroll through hundreds of thousands of pages just to get to you. But if you had 100% retention time, you would rank higher. And it's all where you rank. YouTube's a fucking crazy type of beast. You know, it's like, it's either, do you fuck with Twitch?
I have not really.
Twitch is the new thing.
I've heard a lot about that one where they're like, oh yeah, now you know you could see me going live on doing whatever on Twitch, video gaming, drawing, you know.
That's because YouTube's censoring people too. YouTube's like, we
so
don't like
just
you.
Go on there and
oh
do it,
yeah. Well, no, what's cool about Twitch is the donations. Did you know that they have donations things? That's wicked cool. So if somebody was watching...
I've seen that where they put their like live stream on YouTube or whatever and be like, you see in the corner, it'd be like a little animated thing like, oh, so-and-so just donated this amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know...
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, cool.
There's a video of donation fuck-ups where like they go into like... People are playing a game. They're like, "Holy shit! This guy just donated $1,000. Thank you." You know, they're like, "Thanks for the $1,000."
That's pretty cool.
And then they get a message saying, you know, while they're playing, they get a message saying, "Oh my god, I meant to donate 10."
No, oh my god.
Oh yeah, but they're like, "Yeah, we'll refund it back. You know, don't worry, we'll take care of it."
God.
But can you imagine that if you're like put 1,000 out and be like, "Uh-oh."
Right, and it's like they feel like, oh my gosh, this is freaking amazing.
Yes.
And the person's like, oh shit.
It's shitty for everybody in the situation. Everyone's like, fuck, this sucks. So we were talking about cats earlier before we started. Sleeping on people's faces.
Yeah.
Who's this? We got customers in?
We got people.
Hi, guys. Hi. How's it going, man? Hello. So we were talking about cats.
How we doing?
We're good.
Yep.
We're just podcasting. Yeah, it's good. The cat's sleeping on faces.
Yeah. Well, I gotta watch it's just two cats that literally do nothing, but it's because the person that owns them, their husband's up in the hospital right now, up in Syracuse, so it's like, obviously, she lives, you know, in Ilion, so it's not like she's going to be driving back and forth every single day. So she has a small apartment that she's in right now renting that's close to the hospital up there.
So when the cat sleeps on your face?
Yeah, the one cat likes to sleep on my face for some reason. Like, that's what she told me. She's like, you know, he might get close to you and whatnot, sleep with you in bed, he might sleep on your face.
Is it a furry cat? What kind of cat is it?
Oh yeah, he's long-haired. He's one, I don't know exactly what kind, but he's all black cat. I have a picture.
Cats are silly. They're weird creatures. They like don't really give a shit.
Well, it's like with my cat that I have. She's a Bombay. And,
yeah, your cat's fairly new, right? Yeah, you got it a couple months ago.
And
a Bombay, what's that?
Bombay's like, it's usually, you know, black cat. It'll have short hair though. They kind of have like the face that's a little pressed in. A bit like not Preston, it's more like round looking, with big eyes. Like this is one of their cats.
Oh, yeah.
Long ass hair.
Look at that cat. That sleeps on your face?
Yeah.
Where's your cat?
I think I have a picture of my cat. Let's see here. Going through all these pictures of a new dog I got. I just got a new little puppy too. My grandmother. Border collie.
You got a picture of it?
Yeah. Here's what my cat looks like. Put a little filter in it.
I like this cat.
They made a collar for her, but she doesn't like it, so I just have the collars in her. But yeah.
Is your cat nice and cuddly, or does it not give a shit?
Like, she's like not giving a shit attitude, but like out of all the people in the house, she's mostly likes to hang around me, and if I'm not there, to be around my mom.
How do you get a cuddly cat? We had cats and they were not cuddly at all.
I don't know. It's like, well, I'm not really sure, but if maybe like it depends on like when you get them too, like when you get like age-wise.
You think? Or?
Probably, yeah, because that's when we got our cat. Like she was also the runt of the litter, so she was really small.
Yeah.
But she was a tiny little thing, and you know.
Like, it's such a crapshoot when you get a cat, because you could get a shitty cat.
Right.
You know, and then you're stuck. Cats don't die. They live for like 15 to 20 years, you know what I mean? So now you're stuck with a shitty cat for 15 years. It's like, I want like a trial basis or something with a cat. You know, like, is this cat going to be like me, and, you know?
Right.
But most cats they're very independent. They don't give a shit. They're not like dogs.
Here we go.
Dogs are codependent.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
He's so adorable. And he's crazy hyper, though. Which is normal for a puppy, but, you know.
He's
so
new.
adorable.
Look at those blue eyes.
Yeah, he has nice eyes. Like, inside it's like greenish blue, but when you take him outside, it's like, they look kind of like that ghostly, like hazed looking eyes. It's kind of crazy.
It's a border collie?
Yeah.
What's a border collie? Lassie? No, Lassie's a different kind of collie.
I'm not really sure. I don't know, but...
This is a cool dog.
Yeah. We got it. Yeah.
I like boy dogs.
They named him Seamus. It was either Seamus or Laddie. They wanted to go all Irish on him.
That's pretty cool.
They're so proud to be an Irish
I like that.
family.
Seamus is a good name.
Yeah.
We had a dog passed away not too long ago, and it was a female boxer, a good dog. I would like to go back. I would like to get a dog. I want a Doberman, number one. I've always wanted one, but they're big bucks. They have health problems. So you got to get those 7/8. You ever hear of the 7/8 dogs?
No.
My buddy has one in a bulldog. It's a 7/8 bulldog. It looks like a bulldog. I mean,
but they have like a different.
They use 1% of some other kind of breed, and they breed it in there, so you don't have the genetic problems with all the health risks and stuff. So of course, those dogs cost more too.
Right.
Because you have it bred to not have all these crazy tumor problems.
Like, you know, dogs like that, larger dogs, and with longer legs, they can get like arthritis. They
Yeah,
can get
hip
bloating
dysplasia,
problems. Right.
yes.
Like, that's what our dog had. He wasn't like a large dog. He's kind of more medium-sized. But he's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. They're meant for like all this running and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like he had hip problems so much, and like I just forgot the word. Arthritis. Sorry, just had a brain fart.
That's
arthritis for like 6 years maybe.
Yep.
And but like they told him when they were gonna go to put him down, my grandparents wanted to know if we should just let him sit around the house, just, you know, let him do what he needs to do before he passes along on his own, or if he's in pain and just put him down. And they said, like, he was in pain from it. So
have you had female and male dogs before?
Not at the same time, but like,
what do you prefer?
I'm not sure. I guess female, but the times when I've had female dogs, it was when I lived down in Kingston and we had a really shitty small apartment.
Kingston, New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy lives down there.
And,
it's alright.
Yeah, I didn't really like it because it was towards like the downtown area, and like it's so shitty.
Yeah, they have
it's
some
disgusting.
Drives,
yeah.
But they got some real nice areas too.
They do. Yeah.
My buddy bought a house. He's the way he always talks about buying houses too. He goes, "You buy the shittiest house in the nicest neighborhood, not the nicest house in the shittiest neighborhood." You know. So, yeah.
Well, that's like
I gotta go.
No. I just got a text message and it was just like, so and so liked your post. It was just that. I was just seeing, making sure it wasn't like my mom texting me.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, but the times when we got dogs there, we got an Australian Shepherd that's meant for running around and this and that.
Yeah.
And then another time we got, it was either an Akita or a Shiba, so that's a mountain dog.
Yeah.
And we're in this tiny little apartment that barely has a backyard. It just closes off at a dead end.
Yep.
So you couldn't really do anything with them. And since, you know, either during the day everyone's either in school or they're at work, so the dog can't really be played with, they'd get into everything. So they'd have to be caged up all day. So they had kind of like separation anxiety sort of thing. And, you know, my mom had enough with the first one, the Australian Shepherd, and because she would somehow just get out of the cage. She would like chew up all the trash everywhere.
You know what we had to do with our boxer? She was breaking windows. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you ever see dickheads that, like, they're walking their dogs, and then they see a dog in the window, and they,
Yeah.
like, stop in front of the house, and the
Yeah.
dog in the window's like, whoa!
We've
like,
had that
get the
happen
hell
to
out
us
of-
a couple times. Like our German Shepherd will sometimes bark when he sees a dog. And I'm like, just go.
Yeah, keep moving. Why are you
Right,
stopping
why are
and
you doing
antagonizing
that,
my
you
dog?
know?
Get the hell out of here. So our dog, you know, the boxers, they do that, get up on the
Yeah.
hind leg thing. She broke a couple windows. We're like, this fucking dog is breaking windows. So we crated her. We're like, fuck it, she's going in the crate. We got a giant crate, put her in there. She had tons of room to move around in the crate. But we'd come home, and the fucking dog's out of the crate.
Yeah.
Well,
And
how-
she like somehow like get up from like underneath it or something. It would like take out like the entire front part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, what we did, I said, what the, this fucking dog's getting out of the crate. So I said, all right, set up a camera, find out what she's doing. So it was so simple. We set up a camera, left the house. Within 5 seconds of us leaving, the dog walked up to the front door, got on her hind paws, and just went boom and knocked the door in. Boom.
Oh my God.
Door comes slamming open, she's out. So I come back in 10 minutes later. I'm like, how'd you do it, Mom? And she's like, oh shit, Dad, you know.
Didn't think you were coming this early.
So yeah, right. So we put it. So I rewatched the tape. I said, "Fuck, this dog is just pounding it." So I took a padlock, left the key in it, like in the bottom of it, in case anybody ever had to get our dog out, like a fire or something.
Yeah.
But we left the key in it, had a master lock, and locked it shut. Come back the next, a couple hours later. The fuck, she broke the other side, the hinges. She just beat the cage until she broke the other hinge.
Jesus.
So we said, what the fuck are we gonna do? We can't keep her in the crate. So, you know, like outside shutters on houses, like shutter windows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of them don't work. They're usually nailed to a house. Well, we found shutters that go on the inside of windows, and that's what we did. We got shutters for all the inside of the windows, so you shut it so she couldn't see what the fuck was out there.
Right.
So if she couldn't see, she couldn't break the windows.
Right.
But yeah, some people are dicks. Like, just keep moving.
Exactly. Like what?
You know?
What are you gonna like accomplish? You know, pissing off my dog and
Yeah.
pissing off everyone in the house.
Right.
You know.
You're standing there and they're like, oh, look at the dog. Like, looking at their dog being like, oh, look at that dog up there. What the fuck? Move. You ain't got shit to do.
I'm gonna beat up
Get
this
a walk
fucking guy.
in. Oh, that's why I hate living in town. I got to get out of town, you know? Fuck into the country a little bit.
Yeah.
Then you can just let your dog out.
Exactly. Let him do whatever.
But I worry about your dogs getting shot. You ever watch the videos on police coming onto your property
Yeah.
shooting people's dogs? It's like, fuck. You have to shoot that dog?
God, just thinking that it's so heartbreaking. You
I know.
It's like, why did you do that? It's my fucking dog.
Yeah.
You know.
I just watched a video recently of a guy who's like living in a trailer, like out in the country, and a cop comes on the property, and he's knocking on the door, and all of a sudden you hear the dog woo, 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 running at him, and it was like a pit bull, you know, but not all pit bulls are bad, you know.
Right.
And the cop's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And all of a sudden shoots the dog up, you know, and the guy comes out of the house, and he's like, dude, did you shoot my dog? You know, and the cop's like, he's running at me, and the guy's like, you're on his property.
Exactly.
You came
What
up
do you
on
expect
his,
the dog,
you know?
You know.
And you did not even a warning shot in the air, because
Right.
that would have stopped him dead in his tracks. What the hell was that? You fucking straight up killed the dog.
You know,
The
this
dude's
dog
like,
doesn't. It's a stranger. You know, they're like protecting the owner, sort of thing. They
the
don't know
dude's
who
like,
the
well,
hell
you
this guy
fucking
is.
killed my dog, man. What are you doing? Yes, it is ridiculous.
Especially like more towards the fact that it was a pit bull than that's more of like, oh well, you know, it was obviously going to attack and this and
Yeah.
that. It's like, it's not all dogs, all pit bulls are like that. you
Yeah,
know?
but all assault rifles are like that. You know, it's a fucked up, that's a fucked up thing right there. People are like, oh no, gotta get rid of the assault rifles. Then we gotta get rid of the pit bulls. It's such a fucked up.
Yeah.
This country is we're so intolerant about certain things, but we tolerate everything. You know, it's just like, all right. So opposing views, everybody's nuts. I got people on my face. Do you have political people? You're young. Are they?
I don't know. I
on
mean, the
your
only
Facebook,
person
you have to scan through a million.
I don't have
political feeds?
Facebook anymore, kind of because of that reason, and because I also didn't really use it a lot. The only friends I had on there was family, so
I was your friend.
you were my friend.
I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I deal with that on my Facebook. I deal with constantly looking at. It's like there's people shit that I don't agree with on their political stuff. I just roll through it. And then I have people that are like, I've deleted so many people. It's like, why, man?
Right. It's like I'm not into a lot of political things because I haven't really educated myself with it, so that's why I kind of stay out of it.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm trying to be like, I don't want to be into it. It's like, you need to get into it. I just need to educate myself.
You need to understand it.
Right.
But as far as like being like into it, like, I mean, this is like the new sports to people.
Exactly.
You know, people
Yeah.
are all like, oh, but, and they treat it exactly so. It's teams. You know, the Democrats, it's their team.
Yeah.
Fuck the Republicans, and the Republicans are their team. It's like, there's a thing called thinking for yourself, where you could clearly do it. You don't have to be on either fucking team. You could say, I like some of these ideas over here. The guys on the left are doing cool, and I like the shit that these guys on the right are doing. That's cool. But it's like, to unfriend somebody over political shit, to me, is like...
That's the one. It's just taking it way too far. That's like also with sports teams, you know. It's like, you like the Mets. Well, that's not, you know, they suck and this and that. Right, yeah.
They do suck, but we like the Mets.
It's like, well, I said Mets because, like, my mom likes the Mets. It's like, you know, like, the Mets suck, this and that. It's like, you know, you should go for, like, the Yankees or whatever. It's like, the Yankees, how dare you say that? You know, the Mets are better. And it's like, freaking kill a guy over it.
Yeah, you know what's funny is, like, if me and somebody that I completely don't agree with, like, politics, were both, say we went to Hawaii separately, right? And I ran into these people, I guarantee I'd be like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Let's have a drink. We guys want to get some dinner?
How dare you're here, you know, like,
yeah.
I can't stand the things that you think of this man.
Right, to alienate people, it's like, we're also still people.
Right.
We all don't know shit. And the human race is such a fucked up thing. It's like, we don't even know what the hell happened thousands of years ago. There's no record books.
Exactly.
You know, so to see these people, like, do the pyramids. I was watching Joe Rogan. I mentioned Joe Rogan. He says Cleopatra, because he does a ton of research. He's a smart dude. Cleopatra, you've heard of her, right? She's closer in age, like distance, to the iPhone than she is to the pyramids. The pyramids were made so long ago that her time frame is closer to the iPhone than it is to the pyramids. Isn't that fucked up? We don't know how we built the pyramids.
Right.
So humans as
it
a
was
race,
obviously aliens, you know?
I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens.
Well, they got those shows. I don't remember what channels, but they have shows like that where they go
on
in
the
depth of
History
it.
Channel. It's Ancient Aliens with the
that's
guy
what
with
it
the
is,
hair.
yeah.
What's his name there?
I
What's the
don't
guy's
remember,
name
but
with
he's got
the
like
hair?
the crazy
Sarah?
hair that's all out.
The guy with the crazy Einstein hair.
Oh, the alien?
Yeah, what's his name? Look him up.
I
He's
think
awesome. Will you check him out for us? Yeah.
I just know, like, back then, like, I don't know, maybe like
Giorgio.
2010 or
His
so.
name was Giorgio.
He was like a big meme.
Oh, yeah.
sort of thing where
Yeah.
he's like this or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was aliens.
Yeah.
But it was aliens.
Yeah.
It could be. We don't know what the fuck.
Giorgio Tsoukalos?
Giorgio
There you go.
Superbros. Shout out to Giorgio and the
There you
awesome
go.
hair.
Let's get him here.
Yes.
That would be
Holy
awesome.
shit. Wouldn't that be? Getting celebrities is tough.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk to you back. There's that dude Upchurch. You seen him? He's on Facebook. He's like a redneck dude. He ignores me. They all do. Catfish Cooley. And these are just Facebook celebrities.
Right.
It's like, fuck, I can't get
Like,
you
what are
guys
you
to talk
doing
to
at
me.
home?
Yeah. I know.
Go on Facebook and that's it.
Yeah, I've gone after celebrities. I had one, and Ron Jeremy is the only one that I had, and he was wicked awesome. But it's like fucking, I got lucky and got his phone number. Other than that,
Right.
motherfuckers ain't gonna respond to you. They don't give a shit. Like,
Right.
hey, we're at a podcast. You want to talk to us? Like,
You're
no.
like, I don't know you. Why the hell would I want to?
Yeah. No, you know. Are you paying us? No. Okay, we have no money.
yeah.
That's what I did to get Ron Jeremy. I contacted his agent and I was like, listen, we want Ron Jeremy, but we're broke.
Right.
We have no money. We have nothing to offer any of you guys. We're dead ass broke. Thanks. And the guy's like, no. He's like, sorry, I only work with it. I said, throw me a bone. He's like, no. I said, come on. I just kept emailing him back. So finally he's like, here's his fucking phone number. Good luck though.
Oh my goodness.
And he just didn't answer, and I just kept calling and calling. Then one day all of a sudden I get, hello? And I'm like, Ron? He's like, yeah? Who's this? I said, this is Jeff from the Dale Doe Show, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, I gotta go. And in the background, my partner Joe's going, hang up! Hang up! And I go, fuck that shit! I said, no, you're not hanging up. And he's just like, and he's so polite. Ron Jeremy's so freaking polite. He's like, okay, well, what could I do for you? I'm like, listen, you gotta come on my show. So then we just made a date, and he decided to come on my show. But because I'm persistent, I was like, hell no, I'm not hanging up.
Yeah.
I will keep calling you until you decide to come talk to us. And finally he did. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, we don't know what the fuck is going on. Humans are weird.
Yeah.
We're fucking strange.
Very
We
weird
hate each
species.
other. Oh yeah. Imagine if you like picked us up and just like dropped us into like the Middle East right now. Just boom, here you go. Oh yeah. We'd be like, what the
Crazy.
fuck? I would like to go to like some parts of Asia though, like Japan. I'd love to. Would you like to go to Japan?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Japan would be the raddest shit ever.
It's like, you, honestly, like when I say that sort of stuff, like say like parents or friends or whatever, they'll be like, oh, well that's only because like I'm into like with their cartoons and like the anime and their books that they have and whatnot. They're like, well that's only because of that sort of thing. You just want to go there because of like their anime that they have or whatever, and that's stereotypical. It's like, it's not the only reason. I do like their art style, this and that, and what they make, but I also love the place aesthetically, and they're very respectful towards everything.
I love I was going to say that. I was
amazing.
waiting for you to say that. The amount of respect, just the taking off the shoes, the bowing to people, showing
it's
people the
so much
utmost
better.
amount of respect is absolutely awesome.
It's like, I could just imagine, say, if, like, you know, someone that's grew up in those parts, like, Japan, anywhere in Asia over there that's like that, and then say if, like, they come here and see how everyone is.
Right.
I could just imagine what's going on through their mind, like, this is like a fucking, like, uncivilized, like, species here, like, what are these?
Oh, yeah. What about Russia? Would you like to go to Russia?
I don't know. I don't know way too much about what's going on in Russia, but...
Well, here's the thing. Like, I would love to go to Russia. Our parents, well, not even your parents are my age. Your mother's my age.
Yeah.
How old are you?
19, yeah.
Yeah. And your mom's 37? 38?
Yeah, I think so.
In that ballpark.
Something like that.
Well, all right, my parents, 50s, 60s, that area, grew up in the Cold War, where Russia and the U.S. were had like, going to kill each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, borderline almost going to war. So I talked to, like, my great aunt who's in her 70s, and then like the whole Russia collusion and all that stuff. She's all like, the Russians want to take us over. Well, you grew up in this mentality, this phase where they fucking did. All governments want to take everybody over now. You sit here and say the United States is this innocent thing that we're fucking in everybody else's business too.
Right.
We're the world police, and it's like, you know, if you ask anybody of our generation, we'd be like, all these wars over across the seas, we don't give a shit about it. Bring our guys home. We don't even give a fuck. So we're not afraid of the Russians. My generation isn't, because I went to school with Russian kids.
Right.
You know? They were cool. They're all fine, you know? But the Russian culture is they're pretty fucking crazy too over there. They do some nuts bag shit, but I think it's awesome.
Right.
You know? They have respect for each other still too, but they also don't take any shit.
Right.
And it's a giant, huge country. It's like, I would love to just check it out. Those buildings with those big round tops and shit like that. The Kremlin, all that stuff. Russia's a place I'd like to check out.
It's the one thing that I like about, like, if I were to travel around the world, is just the architecture that they have there and the way that, you know, it's like, it's crazy that how you think of it. It's like, you know, we're all humans, but like they've all had like different ideas of like what, you know, the building should look like, sort of thing, and like they just like, yeah, we have, you know, like the places in like New York City, like giant like skyscraping freaking buildings and the Statue of Liberty, but it's like, you know, it's like all in the same, you know, rectangular shape, but then also in like all these other places they got crazy shapes for the things. And,
like look at the
made out of
like
this kind of
Chinese
material.
buildings with, you know, those roofs that go up like a canoe and stuff
crazy.
like that. You know what? One thing in common with every other corner of the world is though, pyramids. Goes back to the pyramids.
There you go.
They all fucking built pyramids. Why? Why did they do it? It's the aliens. It's the aliens. It's something that shoots us into time, space,
Speaking of like aliens and stuff, like
you get into aliens?
oh yeah, like
yeah.
God, I remember back when like my mom was dating this one guy, and he would like sit out. He'd be like drinking and whatnot, but we'd be like sitting outside late at night. We'll just go on like just talking about like deep shit like that, like conspiracy theories and all that.
I
sort
love
of
it.
stuff.
A lot of people
and
cut
it's
me
so
off.
fun. It's amazing.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You know,
A lot
it's
of people
so fun.
stop me. They're like, I'm like, what do you mean?
You know, like we'll talk about like, you know, staring up at the stars and stuff, like looking up, be like, you know, like what the fuck is out there, you know? And it's like saying how like you know, like, oh, Earth is like the only planet out here that like has life form on it. It's like there's millions of other galaxies out there.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know what the fuck's out there.
I would like to shoot
Crazy.
a podcast out like on a dark hill with the stars. Just
Oh my God.
dim light over us
Yeah.
and just talking about what
That
the
would
fuck
be
could be out. What is out
amazing.
there? We don't
Exactly.
know. We are dust.
Exactly.
In the middle of the solar, not even the solar system, it's the universe.
Yeah.
We are a part of. We are speck. We
Just
are
tiny little
nothing.
space dust, and that's it.
And our egos make us think like we matter.
We're like the most amazing, biggest thing.
We
Like,
don't. We're
it's like when you
fucking-
think about it, like, you know, with the government and whatnot. It's like, oh, they're the high-powered people that, you know, power over us, this and that, and have all say on us. And it's like, well, if you take this planet into perspective and say if, like, you know, some big-ass other planet out there that has, you know, other whatever's out there, species, and it's like, look down at us, it's like, we're just this, you know? And
Yes.
it's like, they're looking at us like, how, you know, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Right.
It's like, he's
They
not
probably
fucking
fly
big at
by
all.
us. Aliens probably
Yeah.
like, fuck these fucks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, plus, they might not even think we're like anything. You know, it's.
Right.
Can you imagine if you were, if we found another planet and there was life, these little crew, they could be their animals, and we'd still be
Right.
trying to communicate to them. Imagine if they flew down and like saw a fucking field of cows. Would they
Right.
be trying to talk to the cows?
Exactly. It's like, then also like, I feel like India or something like that. I'm not sure. So like, I'm not saying I'm right here, but like, some animals like that, like cows or whatever, like they're like gods to them in a way.
It
And it's
is
like, I
India,
feel like,
Hindu
you know, what
culture.
if that's how it is with other species like out in the world?
Maybe.
You know, it's like,
I wonder if they have
it's like,
religion.
why are these animals just roaming around sort of thing and just fenced in, you know?
Right.
They should be the ones that are ruling sort of
Right,
thing.
yeah. Maybe they are aliens.
Right.
Maybe some of our shit is alien.
Right.
We don't know
Just
anything.
brought here
we,
by
don't,
them.
we know nothing.
Exactly.
We're fucking
And
stupid.
it's like we can't really know because it's like you can't communicate to them, you
How
know?
come we could take a picture of a planet fucking light years away, but we can't get a good picture of a convenience store robber? you know what I mean? That's the
I
most
was just
fucked up
seeing
thing.
something like that. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like where it was like a comparison like that. Like, how can you get like this high definition of like freaking Jupiter or whatever, but you can't play music at the same time as recording
Oh,
on
yeah.
your phone or
You know what
something.
another fucked up thing is? They say that there may be a planet behind Jupiter, right? Yeah, they think that there might be another
haven't
big
heard of that
planet
one.
that might be behind Jupiter. It's like, all right, if we have this planet, how can we see all these light years away, but we can't tell if there's something beyond Jupiter?
Right.
Is it because of the shadows and the planets are
The way
blocking
that
it?
it like lines up. With
Then
it or
fucking
something.
move the
I don't-
camera.
Right. It's
You're
just
out in
take
space.
the camera and just move it over
Yeah,
here.
you just, all right, you're going to fucking shoot this into our orbit? We'll fucking
Right.
shoot it past the orbit. You're sending
You
shit
know,
to Mars.
turn it around and be like, oh hey, look, there's like 5 planets hiding behind
Right,
Jupiter.
yeah. You're sending shit to Mars rovers and shit. I mean,
Right.
and just send it out so you can get a clear shot of what the fuck is back there. Don't we have lots of... Elon
It'd
Musk
be a
is sending
giant
cars into
fucking
space
discovery
now.
if like that actually turns out to be proof, you know?
Right.
And it's like, well,
Would
we
you ever
used
hear
to-
of
everyone
Nibiru?
had heard of what?
Nibiru, Planet X, that they say floats through our solar system every
I've heard of
hundreds
it.
of thousands
I
of years?
don't remember like much about it.
Well,
but
they
I've
say
heard
it
that
could
name, though.
run into us eventually. That might be the planet on the other side. But you know what they don't tell us is how close we get, or how close meteors come to us all the time. Because apparently we've had some close calls in the past 20 years
Yeah.
with big meteors flying between us and the moon. And but they don't want to freak us out because
Right, and
they know
everyone
that
will be like,
we'll all
you know,
go
everyone will
nuts.
be crazy, like, oh, the world's fucking ending, you know?
Well, look what happens when they flood in, you know, Louisiana. They have a flood in Louisiana and people fucking loot every Walmart around.
Right.
They take
It's
everything.
like, imagine
too.
if, you know, government just tells you on TV, just broadcast, you know, there's a meteor coming. It's
What
like,
would you
everyone's
do
gonna
if you
be-
knew it was like inevitable death?
God,
Would you
I don't
kill
know,
anybody? Is there any people you'd be like, fuck this guy, I
it's
want to
like,
kill this guy?
there's the thing where it's like, any situation like that, you ask someone something like that, and it's like, well, you could say like, oh yeah, definitely like do this, like either you go fucking all crazy and like some people would be like, go out and just kill people or whatever,
Yeah.
just because, you know, law can't say anything
Right.
because we're all gonna die. Or
Right.
they'd go out and just be like, no, we're gonna plan this, we're gonna go underground sort of thing or whatever. But it's
I
like,
wouldn't want to go in. I'd rather get hit and go.
just see it
fucking
happen,
kill
you
me.
know,
Yeah.
have the last thing is like this, it's amazing and breathtaking, but of course at the same time it's something so crazy and chaotic that it's literally gonna kill you.
You don't want to be the last 10 people alive.
Right.
That would suck.
It's like, that's the thing where it's like, you could say this sort of thing where it's, I'm gonna do this, but then say if like the time.
After 29, we stop.
Oh, okay. It's like, say if like when it does come and it will happen, it's kind of like a flight or fight response sort of thing. It's like, no idea.
But if it's inevitable, you're going
Right.
to die, or you live underground. I'm not feeling that underground shit. You know, I'm kind of claustrophobic.
I feel like what I would like to plan out if we knew that it's gonna, like, say if like it wasn't like, oh, in the next hour it's gonna happen. It's more like, you know, in the next month,
right.
You know, we have this much.
We have chaos.
Right. I feel like, honestly, I've always wanted to like just go out in the wilderness, explore, do whatever, and just get somewhere where you can just no light anywhere, like, you know, street lights or whatever,
Yeah.
city lights. You just stare up at the sky and just think, or like, you know, something to do with like nature. I've always been more towards that sort of
You know
thing.
what I would definitely do is I would definitely build some kind of like monument thing pointing down, and I would either on like probably clay or something like that. You'd want to write memoirs,
Oh yeah.
you know, and let people know what shit is. And it's like, how do you do that too without like writing the alphabet? Because what if they find it 100 years down the road?
Yeah.
Then they'd have to, you know, translate what everything is, or
Yeah.
decipher what it is. I mean, you might want to do it in pictures with words under it saying this is
Right.
what it is. But I would definitely be one of the people that's like, we have to document what we have. You know, what
Right.
the fucking
Because
is
it's
going
like,
on here.
there's got to be, you know, some kind of thing that's gonna, you know, stay intact or something.
Right.
You know, and it's like, eventually, you know, when life starts building back up or something comes and travels to, you know, check out the thing, they're gonna see this kind of stuff.
Wouldn't it be cool? Like, go back to the pyramids. Wouldn't it be cool if we
Right.
dug up some shit and they're like, this is how we did it?
Right.
Well, there might be something on this earth somewhere that like explains all this shit.
Right.
But they said Egypt. Somewhere in Egypt, there used to be all these records, and they just destroyed them. You know, at some point of time, it's like you destroyed thousands of years
no.
worth of records. That's like that fucking, like, I'm somewhat religious, not 100% religious. I question everything. What is the deal?
Yeah.
But it's like, you can't get somebody to believe in some shit if there's scientific proof saying that there's not this shit
Right.
either. So the church is very controlling in that, like, how are we going to get this guy to believe in the spaghetti monster in the sky if they have all this evidence? Let's get rid of all the evidence.
Exactly. Like it's probably what they did. It's like something that explains like if it had to do with aliens or anything else, you know, that's, you know, that has nothing to do with the humans on this earth and whatnot. And they're like, well, we can't let this information get out.
Right.
And then that's why they probably destroyed it.
You think our government knows about aliens?
Oh, definitely.
Fuck
They're
yeah.
hiding so much shit.
Right.
God.
Why don't they tell us? They think we're going to freak?
They probably think that, you know, the world would freaking crumble. Everyone would go so chaotic.
You think aliens have anything to do with, like, the way we're running shit? You think they have any input?
Probably.
Yeah?
I don't know. That's the one thing that I like to think about a lot, because it's like I always have like a different idea for it that's all kind of similar together, but it's like I'm not really sure. It's like in a way I think like maybe the whole like Area 51 thing, that there's some kind of species there that, you know, that we just categorize as aliens, and, you know, they're controlling the government that
Right.
controls us in a way, or
Right.
maybe like something with that, I guess. And also there's another thing where, like, say if people are like, oh, aliens come down, they'll like, you know, you see like the videos of it that people, oh, they captured like the spaceship or whatever,
Yeah.
or they're getting this or that, or making like crop circles, and they're messing around with us. And then it's like, at the same, it's like, oh, that's crazy to think about, but at the same time, it's like, you'd think that they're way more like eons into advancement than us. And it's like, why would they mess with us? You know?
Right.
We're basically like
Ants to them.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, why would they could just probably like just press one button and we're like blown up in an instant. No one like had no idea.
They may have genetically changed us from monkeys to say, or, you know,
Right.
fucked around with us a little bit. See how advanced we can take it.
They're basically like God, you know? It's
Yeah,
like,
they are.
it's like, oh, let's do this one thing and see how that works out.
Well, the thing that scares me is nanotechnology. Because nanotechnology, creating these little tiny computers, it won't end. That's the problem. Once we have them reproduce, or like that they can reproduce themselves, what's to stop them from reproducing themselves?
Right.
And eventually they're going to be like, we're a parasite. Because we are. Human beings, we're cancer to this earth. We're just destroying it. So when you have an intelligent robot that says, what the fuck's wrong with these people? Get rid of them.
Right.
You know?
Well, that's like, you always see that kind of stuff in movies where, like, oh, they make some kind of robot, and now the robots eventually say, like, no, we're going to eradicate all the humans, and they take over. And, like, it's always the same outcome, and I think about it, like, well, is that really how it would happen? And I ended up watching some of these videos. They're, like, top 10 whatever times, like, robots or whatever said the creepiest shit, and, like, they had the, like, the Google Homes or, like, the Alexas or whatever. They had two of them talking to each other, or something like that, so like they were
communicating with
exactly.
They started talking in their own language.
Exactly, and then it was like it was like English, but like it was just the words were like different. Like if you said that kind of thing, it's like, what the fuck are you saying?
They shut them down.
Yeah.
Once they started, they created their own language, started talking to each other, they shut that shit down.
I like was watching it, and I'm like, I never thought of it that way. It's
Robots are
fucking
gonna fuck
crazy.
us over eventually. There was me and Joe on the Dale Donut Show. We're doing the AI creepy robots, and there's been a couple times where robots are like, "Oh, we'll destroy you." Like they've said it, like, "We'll fuck you up, we'll destroy you." It's like, pull the plug right now. No more robots.
Destroy this thing.
This phone's gone. Everything is gone. Yeah, it's because
just go back to stones. God.
Oh yeah, we can't keep up with robots either. They did this thing where they showed tomatoes coming down a conveyor belt, and there's this little like fin that slaps out the green ones. So, and this camera reads them so fast, and the little arm is so fast that these things are coming down, 40 miles an hour.
Oh wow!
And blah, 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 blah. No human would be able to do that. Robots are so much better than humans are. That's probably what we're all just going to become. We're just our flesh is nothing. We'll be able to. There's a Russian dude that's trying to make it so you can upload your thoughts into a fucking robot. And you wouldn't even know that you're not the robot because they uploaded all your shit into the robot.
Oh, wow.
So then, boom, they could kill you, you're gone, but you're still over here.
I don't know if you've seen it. I know they remade it into like a live action movie, but that's like Ghost in the Shell. They ended up doing something like that. There's this woman. Like, I didn't really see the live action version, but it was originally like anime sort of movie from the 80s. I don't remember too much about it, but like it was some kind of some kind of shit went down or whatever, and they ended up taking the woman's memories, brain and shit, messed around with that, put it into a robot, and she didn't really know that she's like, what the fuck am I, sort of thing.
Right.
It's like, your body was not able to be fixed or whatever.
Yeah.
But the only thing that stayed intact was your brain, so we were able to put it into this robot sort of thing that looks exactly like
That's how I want to be, what I would like to be handled when I die, because I've done the whole video will thing a couple times. I prefer to be frozen. If you can freeze me, freeze my whole body when you figure out how to bring me back.
Right.
So, anyways, I want to be frozen and bring me back. So yeah, we're probably going to have to cut it short in a second. But that would be awesome to be frozen, But they could do the thing now where they just freeze your head.
Yeah.
Because they realize we don't need your shitty ass body.
Right. You just put on some kind of technologically advanced robot body thing. Well, that's makes you think of how they keep making more and more robots, and the more that they make, the more years go on, it's like they seem more and more realistic. Like, you ever seen the robot Sophia?
Yeah, she's the one.
They have her own damn Twitter and Instagram for her too.
She's done some crazy stuff. Like she's a citizen now, right?
I think so.
I think they made her an actual